Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I am going to be doing one of my first book events of the year. Yeah, I know it's June, but hey, that's how it is. So I'm going to be doing an in-person book event. I'm going to be selling books at the International Museum of Surgical Sciences Art Fair. And even though I'm not an artiste, I will be having a booth there and be selling my books with everybody else. So I kind of just wanted to make a vlog type video because listen, when I was trying to prepare for this event, I was trying to look up like how to decorate like an author's booth and like stuff like that. And all the videos I found specifically for authors, they were just talking retrospectively, like after the fact, and they didn't really show their setup or anything like that, or the process of buying decorations or where they got things from. Like, I mean, it just wasn't engaging the same way. Like, if you look up like an artist's version of an art fair, they're super good about documenting everything and like making it cute and showing these cute little vlogs of them prepping and getting ready. So I kind of want to do that for authors who are a bit more like visual like me. And granted, I don't have a whole lot of visual pieces the same way an artist would, so it might not be to the same caliber, but this is something I wanted to make because I couldn't find that for myself. So hence I'm making this video now. So yeah, that's what this video is. Also, I got a haircut. Do we like it? Do we not like it? I got bangs, and I'm really trying to train my bangs to not split in the middle anymore. So wish me luck on that. But yeah, so I'm just gonna show you like before we leave because it's in the morning and we're gonna actually be leaving soon. I just kind of want to show you the fit. And I wanted to show you some of the stuff that's in my like to-go bag kind of. I've been posting about stuff I've been doing on my Instagram, but I'm just gonna show it to you guys right now. So yeah, let's do fit first. And let me put my glasses on for this. I just don't like it that the light is like reflected in my glasses, but let's be real, I wear my glasses all the time now. So that's yeah, full effect. Okay, can we see the fit? I'm wearing a long sleeve black shirt with this like elastic sort of sparkly shirt. And then bam, bam, I got my lucky pink bracelet on, my lucky jewelry. I wear jewelry like as a way of like protection, low key. So these are all like rings that are from like family members, or like obviously that's my wedding ring. But other rings that are related to family members in some way, I keep them on me for protection. And then I have tights on and my black loafers. Yeah, so that's the author fit. Now let me show you what's in my box. Hang on. Okay, so this is pretty much everything we are bringing with us. Those cardboard boxes are filled with books. This is a Furby drawing I did a long time ago, but I feel like it'd be funny to have on the table. So I'm bringing this, even though it doesn't fit in the box. Let me put that to the side. And yeah, so basically some of the stuff is just like decorative things and other stuff is like practical things. Sorry, I'm moving around a lot. So this is a lemur I got from the zoo when I did my first ever book signing. I'm bringing this as a decoration for Cursed Fate. There is also somewhere in here a necklace that Douglas made. Well, not made, but he ordered necklaces online and then like fused them together, I guess, for a Cursed Fate as well. Like this is like the bloodstone, you know. So I have that. That's going to be decorating the Cursed Fate and Wicked Breed boxes. I also have these business cards I made. I didn't make a ton of them, but they're like little mini zines. And it's basically just my business card. And let me see if I can open this for you. Hang on. Where there's like an About Me section. This is a section about like pink horror and like kind of like Cursed Fate or Cursed Images and stuff. And then this is a section about dark fantasy, and that's like Cursed Fate and Wicked Breed right there. And then the back has my like contact information, but it's like kind of hard to see, but you know, it is what it is. This is my first experimentation with doing something like that. And then underneath these, I have a bunch of bookmarks that I received from Harriet, who I've done multiple anthologies with my short stories. So I'm just going to bring these along as like freebies for people to have. And even though this isn't my book necessarily, it's got like my name on it somewhere. There it is on the bottom. Okay, it's got my name on it somewhere, you know? So I have like a bunch of bookmarks to give away. And hence why there's dinosaurs, because I'm going to put the bookmarks in the dinosaurs. Do they relate to anything I've written? No. Are they kidcore? Yes. And I don't know, because I don't really have a whole, I didn't want to bring cups or anything to hold because I didn't want them to break. But those planters I got from Target like a few years ago, they're going to be holding my bookmarks today. And I normally have them like on my desk anyway to hold stuff. So I'm just going to put that there. These boxes underneath are book stands and plastic like display thingy. So I both got these from Amazon. And you'll see those when I put the setup on because I don't feel like getting them out. But basically, I just made signs to go in that big box right there. I made a sign with my name on it, all my social media handles, payment methods, and a price sheet. So that's going to be in there. And those are just plastic book stands that I will use to show off the books. So yeah, that's everything I'm bringing with me. But the next video I'm going to be taking is going to be actually setting up at the event, and I might have husband do that for me. But yeah, so that's everything. Just so you know. Yeah. Hi there, I'm back. It is the next morning. I'm fresh out the shower. I blow dried my hair, but I am barefaced with no makeup. I'm sorry I didn't record much more at the event, even though that was like my goal. But it's just like it was a little difficult because I could like it wasn't super busy, but there's enough foot traffic where people were walking in a circle and I tried to like stand up and talk to everybody and give them my sales pitch or whatever. So there really wasn't enough downtime for me to like record myself or some of the other people that came up to my booth. Next time I will instruct husband more clearly and specifically that is his job to do, because I thought it would be feasible for me and it just ended up not being true. So there is that. The rest of the night it went well. The event lasted from 11 to 4, and we ended up selling 7 books, so that's good. After the event we just kind of like hung out with my mom. She came up to towards the end to say hi. We hung out with her and got dinner and then came home and it completely crashed. It's been such a weekend this weekend. And my voice I just feel is a little raspy too from like talking so much at that event. Overall that was pretty good. There was a nice selection of artists there and everybody there was like super nice. And there's like a master list of everybody who was there, and I'm going to end up following everybody that was there. I didn't get the chance to talk to everyone. I'm also like it's kind of hard for me because when we were setting up I was like really nervous, and I'm kind of a shy person, believe it or not. So me going around and just going up to people like that isn't like a natural instinct of mine. But anyway, I ended up talking to some people and they were really nice, and I was really it was like such an eclectic group of people that attended this event, and people were like of all age ranges and stuff. But for sure, the best seller in that event was Curse Images. No surprise there. It tends to be really popular amongst young folk, and it's something that people can connect to really easily because they are already familiar with some of the Furbies and toys and stuff that are in that story. So yeah, that one was the most popular one by far. But I did end up selling a couple copies of Curse Fate and Wicked Breed too, which again, the dark fantasy, really thick books tends to be a little intimidating for a lot of people, whereas the short story books, people are like, oh, that's a quick read and it's cheaper, and yeah, I'm going to pick that one up. Um, but this experience was really cool because I learned so much on the fly about like my own business practice and things that I could potentially be doing wrong. Like I really think that maybe Cursed Fate and Cursed Image and Wicked Breed, even though they're really stocky books, they might be slightly overpriced. Right now I have them at like $20 online, and I had them at the event for $20 too, and maybe that's like a barrier for people. And I looked at like other books on the market for fantasy and stuff, and some of them with even more pages, and um they were somewhere around the 15 mark. So I think from going on from here on out, I'm going to be um changing the prices to $15 instead, to try to attract more customers, and maybe that will work. Also, something that I'm really pleasantly surprised about is that everybody loved the zines, like the business card zines. Like those, I only made like 20 of them, and they were gone in an instance. I really should have made more. It's a little bit more labor intensive than just having like your standard like business card. But people really loved how interactive it was, and they were like flipping through the pages, and it was really nostalgic for a couple of people because they used to make them as well when they were young. So I really think that really fits in with the kind of brand I have. So because it was also funny because like I was making those, and Douglas was like, that's a lot of work. Like, be careful because you don't want, maybe no one, he just didn't see the appeal of them really. And then when I took them there and he saw that everybody liked them, and he was like, oh, okay, so yeah, we're doing this from now on, but maybe we should make the print a little bit bigger or make the thing, because the font was kind of tiny. So I'm definitely going to be changing up the design of the zines, of the business card zines. Um, I'm going to be changing up the size of those and maybe just changing up the print. And who knows, maybe I can make other zines for events. You know what I mean? Some people took bookmarks and it was nice, but I think that going forward, if I do another event, I should probably have bookmarks with my information on them specifically. Even though it was nice to have like fellow authors on there and stuff, it would be nice for me to have my own sort of bookmark with my stuff on it. So that's also going to be a note for next time as well. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. I think the display was done well. I think it was bright and colorful, and a lot of people did kind of gravitate towards it. I mean, it was hard because I was across the way from somebody who had like a giant easel up with like their very intricate and beautiful artwork that's like going to be in the actual museum soon. So like it's like comparing apples to oranges, right? But for the most part, I think I did a good job with like capturing the vibe of the display stands. People like the dinosaurs. Like who doesn't like dinosaurs? Stellar. So yeah, I those are all the things that I kind of learned about the event and stuff that I can tweak to fix it going forward. If you guys want, I think I told you where everything really came from. I didn't necessarily tell you the specifics about prices. If you want, I can do that right now. I've seen some other artist videos where they're transparent about like how much they earned and how much they spent. I'm just going to let you know right now I am in the red, but that's okay. These things happen, especially since like this was the first art fair put on by this museum specifically, and it was indoors on a nice day. So I don't know how many people were willingly wanting to come inside. So that could be it. They did have a food truck out front to try to attract like foot traffic and stuff inside the museum. Um, but and then like some people were there not for the art fair but for the actual museum, so they were really annoyed when like we would try to talk to them, so much so that like there was one instance I like went to the bathroom, right, and so Douglas was watching my booth, and like he tried to talk to this couple, and they basically shot him down, and they were like, yeah, we don't need to hear anything, blah blah blah, when he was by himself, which was like, he was like, oh yeah, well, my wife's the author, but, and they're like, no, we don't need to hear this. So yeah, that happened. And that's why I was like, well, I guess I should stay at my booth and not talk to people because I don't want Douglas getting chewed out about whatever. So yeah, that was it. So there could have been a lot of reasons why, because it wasn't like jam-packed and busy. There was a couple maybe like lull periods, but for the most part there was a consistent amount of folks walking through. So I don't know. And also I think like in terms of sales, if I was at a specific book event, it might have done better because I think people were going there with the expectation to see and buy art not necessarily books. So that might have thrown people off too. I don't know. But yeah, there's a bunch of reasons. And then maybe I'm just like need to practice my sales and stuff. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of reasons why, I didn't sell out, right? But it's okay. It was a good time. I sold 7 books. I was very happy about that. I ended up making $92 in sales. So the way I priced things, it was $10 for Cursed Images, $20 for Cursed Fate, $20 for Wicked Breed. But if you brought Cursed Fate and Wicked Breed together as a bundle, you would get, you would only pay $30. So you'd be saving like $10. Someone was very nice, and when they bought Cursed Images, they gave me a $2 tip. So I thought that was very sweet of them. That was my first sale actually. They were super cool. But yeah, so I made $92 in sales. My table fee for this event was $65. So we made enough to cover the table fee. But all the stuff I bought, like the plastic book stands and everything else, ended up putting me even more in the red. So even like ordering books, right? So I was worried about not having enough because I didn't know how many people would be at the event. So I ended up ordering author copies of each of my books, but I ordered like 15 copies of each. Did this end up being excessive for the event? Yeah. But again, I didn't want to run out, and 10 I was just worried about running out. So I have 15. So now I have a bunch of extra stock, but I could always take that stock with me to another author's event that I do. And yeah, so that's something that can be stockpiled for future, like at initial costs, but then they can trickle. I won't have to spend that much for other events in the future, if that makes sense. Same things with the decorations. I have it on here. The plastic book stands cost like $40, for the ones I got on Amazon. So that would be the book stands, and yeah, I believe that's for the book stands and the plastic sign holder things. Regarding the plastic sign holders, so I made those designs in Canva, the ones that you saw in the other video that like had the price list and my name and the social media stuff and the Venmo QR code and stuff. I made those in Canva, and instead of like ordering them as posters through Canva, because you can't do that, I literally just printed them out at home and put that in the plastic sheet. So that was around $40 too. So all that considered, I'm still out like $200 because author copies can be expensive. We get them at a fraction of the price, but still, like, you have to buy a big bulk of stock. So that is the financial breakdown of that. I still think it's a win that we made back our table fee. I know some people like don't do that, or there's some other people who are having a hard time selling their stuff, because again, it could have been a number of things. It could have been just taste. It could have been how they were pricing things. It could have been like where they were located in the foot traffic, and like personality too, because there's some people who are super extroverted and great at doing sales, and then there was other people that were really more introverted, and they tended to like just sit there on their phones, or kind of doing their own thing, and they didn't want to like really pitch or impose on anybody. And like I don't know, I understand that, but I really tried not to be on my phone at all. I know Douglas was at times, but I made it a rule for myself to not be on my phone, and to just kind of make eye contact and at least say hi to everybody that passed by. For me, like, I got most engagement when I like complimented somebody on their outfit or something. And then that was like a point of interest, and like you can just talk to people based on that. But overall, I think it was a good experience. I haven't done a book event since like the pandemic. So I basically I did my first ever book signing at the zoo in my hometown when Cursed Fate first came out under a different publisher's name. And then after that, when we were in Boston, I did do a book signing event at a cafe on Halloween, but like nobody came to that. Nobody came to that because of course it was Halloween. Like, why wouldn't you be with your family on Halloween? Um, yeah. So that was kind of a bust too. So this is my first event in Chicago, and it's my first event since the pandemic's been over. And I think it was pretty good. I think it was pretty good. You know what I mean? We did good. We made back our table fee. Do we cover all of our expenses? No. But it is it is what it is. Could I have done better? Yeah, but I didn't do the worst that I thought. I did not sell anything. Like that would have been a complete bust. So yeah, I feel pretty good about that. So I hope you guys appreciate the sort of transparency I'm giving y'all when it comes to book in-person events and author events. And sometimes it's not always about like dollar and cents, like because it's more about like just getting your face out there and getting your name out there. And even if people didn't buy anything, there's a ton of people who took pictures of my like sign, of my social media sign, or like took pictures of the cover of the book. So hopefully that will lend itself to future sales. And it's all about word of mouth too. Like I had some people talk to me and they're like, oh, my friend would be really interested in this, or my daughter would be interested in this, whatever. So even if they're thinking about other people, maybe they don't buy now, but then they're going to buy as a gift for a holiday or a birthday or something, or maybe they buy it for themselves and they end up sharing with their friend. It could be a number of things, right? Somebody asked me if I had ebooks, so maybe they just would rather read an ebook instead of a paperback. I don't know. But yeah, it could be a number of things. But again, the most part was just meeting people, talking to people, putting out good vibes, and really cultivating that kind of relationship. And also, it was a great opportunity to build a relationships with other creatives as well. So yeah, I really encourage doing events, even if you don't make back all your money. If you're in a position where you can afford to pay money to do this sort of event with your business, I think it's worth it. But I understand that times are tough for folks, and that's totally valid as well. In terms of future events, I don't really have anything concrete right now. Douglas and I are going to be discussing an event in October that I've been thinking about going to, but it's out of state, so that one might be a little bit more pricey than this one, and so we really have to weigh the costs and all of that if we're going to be traveling out of state, especially since we don't have a car. So that makes things a little bit more complicated. But yeah, anyway, this is kind of my book. This is kind of the video. I hope this was more informative for you guys. I hope that you learn something from this, I guess. If you have any other questions about the Museum of Surgical Sciences or art fairs or book events in general, feel free to leave them down in the comments down below, and I will answer them as promptly as I can. If you also want to engage in this video to help me out in the YouTube algorithm, you can always like the video, comment down below, share with a friend, or subscribe to the channel. Please, please, please. That would all help me out a lot. And until next time, thanks. Bye.